Howdy, howdy, folks. A-Train here with you for another episode of Farming Simulator 19. I'll welcome you back to the channel. Thank you for being here. Hope you'll enjoy the show and give us a like. Share with your friends. Let them know about the channel. Let them know about Farming Simulator 19 and the subsequent 22, which is out. It's on my radar. And another few weeks or so, I should have that sucker in-house. And so we'll be able to roll from this into that. But this game certainly has a lot of playability and a lot of enjoyment. If maybe you don't quite have, maybe you're not in a position to buy 22 right now. It's going for 50 bucks US. 19 is a little cheaper. So I've got it in the inventory. So let's take advantage of that fact and enjoy it. So let me see here. If I punch this, and this, that should get us squared away. Okay, cool. All right, so here's what's happened. I've learned some things. I feel like I made some mistakes. I was going to start an entire new game, and I think I did. I'm actually lost at the moment because I have save game 1, which may have been the one we were playing, and I have save game 2. They started at the same point, okay? But let's unpause, and I'll run you over here. Yeah, look, there's the... we got the workshop and I got rid of the buildings except for the big red barn. It's still here. I've got the workshop over here where you can do repairs and modifications of your vehicles, and a power washer. Okay, and this is a really good ad. Then you don't have to go into town to get to make repairs to your vehicles, to modify it. And the key thing for this one is going to be that initial trailer that you start with. That little pokey trailer, because you can modify it here, and depending on because it comes with the 8,000 liter capacity, which is 2 side panel heights. Okay, you can add another one to make it 12,000. Okay, so you can go flatbed, which allows you to move stuff, and you need that. You can go 4,000 liter capacity, 8,000 with 1 set of panels. 8,000 liter capacity is 2 sets of panels. 12,000 liter capacity is 3 sets of panels. Okay, but the critical thing is if you need to bring stuff like pallets of seed or fertilizer or herbicide or equipment that you can load onto a trailer from the shop back over here to the farm, that SEK 802 I think is the designation for the trailer. That's the piece to have, and you want to have this here at home so you can get it done. So what it does is it costs money to make the change. So say you change the tires on, and you'll see it here in a second, one of my original tractors, I've now changed to the narrow tires because initially, and I missed this, I had left crop damage on, and I caused some damage to my crops. And I was like, full stop, back your ass out of the field. First off, let's turn crop damage off. Then let's switch to the narrow tires. And they were like $1,000. So you still have to pay for modifications you make on the vehicle here. You're paying for the parts. You can upgrade the engines. You can change the tires, and what have you. But the most important piece, I think, is that trailer, because you can use it in its... it was $2,000 to go up to the 12,000 liter capacity, so the 3 side panels. But that gives you a working trailer with 12,000 liters capacity that you can then take down to the flatbed trailer to move stuff, and then boom, back to 12,000 liters, boom. And you may or may not eventually use it, and you'll see here in a second that we've made some purchases and some changes. I don't have a whole lot of the original equipment left, so it's going to be kind of dramatic. But you'll see as we pan around here. What's going on over here? I see a lot of stuff, A-Train. Yes, you do. So let's start over here on the left, because our flatbed trailer is over there on the right. We got this here, this AgroLiner trailer. Okay. So let me pull the specs up on this, and I'll explain what the thought process was here. So we're going to go trailers. All right. So you start with the SEK 802, right? And this is the 4,000 liter seat capacity 4,000. 1 set of side rails. 2 is 8, and that's how it. I think it originally, when you get it, it comes in the 8,000 liter capacity. Okay, when you initially boot into the game, and then there's the 12,000 capacity. All right, so look, see how this is the original $10,000. You go to 12,000, it's 2,000. So if you take it to either the shop around the side of the store, if you're facing the store around the right side to the back, is where you go sell equipment and you can customize and modify equipment. Okay, there's a little landing pad over there and what have you. All right. Either way, if you do this at home or there, it's going to cost you $2,000, but then it's done. You can change it back and forth all you want at no additional charge. You've paid for the parts. Okay, so you can see there's the flatbed configuration, and then there's 4,000, 8,000, 12,000. Okay, cool. Now that's great. So 12,000 liter capacity is wonderful, but now we could, but I wanted more because we were working some pretty big fields. I wound up working field 8 for a job, field 11 for a job, and field 7 for a job. So some of the big fields I initially wasn't going to work because if you have the base equipment, you shouldn't work them. They're inefficient. It's going to take you too long. You're going to have to lease additional equipment. You're going to be sitting there and running stuff all day. So here's the new game plan for how to get going in this. It's going to involve borrowing some money, but the payoff's going to be worth it. Skip this guy, 10,750 liters. I mean, you've got it'll cost you $8,500 when you could just pay $2,000 and upgrade your existing trailer, which is easier to maneuver, by the way. This dolly setup like this, where this turns, ooh, you think backing up a regular trailer is a pain in the ass? This, no. You just want to pull this thing for laps. All right, you just want to pull it. You do not want to try to push it because then you're steering one way, the back of the tractor's going another way, it's turning this bar another way. It is a lot easier if this is fixed and you've got a pivot point and one pivot point. This gives you basically 2 pivot points, and that is doubly difficult. I was like, no, screw that noise. So don't waste $8,500. Upgrade the SEK 802 to 12,000 liter capacity. All right, now TDK 1600. This is 14,000 liters. Great, $19,000. Again, it's 2,000 liters more than what you can get for $2,000. All right. Now, at some point, this is going to be more efficient, and this is where I started thinking, and I started making adjustments to what I had in the inventory based on efficiency. Okay. You want to be as efficient as possible, but early game, that's difficult to do because you don't have the funds for it. Okay. You have equipment that works great for your little farm, but to make money, you got to go do contracts on these bigger farms, and the big farms are the ones where the big money's at. To do that, you got to spend money to make money. In the end, it'll pay itself back and pay itself off. Okay. Plus, excuse me, it'll be easier and more efficient to work your farm, as you'll see here in a minute as I go through the rest of the new ads. Okay. So I'd skip this guy because you can get you can have a 12,000 liter capacity for $2,000. This would be a waste of $17,000. All right. So now let's back up and look at the guy I got. Now, initially I made the mistake of buying this one because it was $2,000 cheaper. Again, front end. Hell no. Spend the $2,000, get this guy. AgroLiner TDK 302, 21,000 liters. Now, we're almost double the capacity of the SEK 802. All right, it's $27,000. It's got a cover, which is kind of cool. All right, but this thing will handle a load. So if you're running 12,000, you have to make 2 trips. This one, you make 1. Okay, it's close, but this trailer to me was worth the cost. If you go back, your next one, you're going up to $35,000 for 31,000 liters. Okay. So to me, and here, I don't know if the big tractor I have will pull this thing. I mean, you're starting getting the monster size. And it's great. I'm not going to argue with that. All right. So, you know, if you feel like you want to afford it and pay for it, knock yourself out. 31 grand or 31,000 liters for 35 grand. Okay. You can do the math there and dollar cost average it out, you know, cost per liter. Then you go up to the Bandit 750. Okay. And this is 39,200 liters for $51,000. I'm not sure if there's something special here. I don't think this is a tipper. This is not this one and the other one are not tippers. Okay, they don't side dump. They only dump to the rear. Okay, whereas these guys are tippers. Okay, so they will dump to the side, they'll dump to the back, and they have a slot in the back too, where you'll see, you know, you can just dump. You have a dump door. All right. So I really like this trailer. No, I already got one. Thank you. This is the thing with the stupid back button location. All right, so I really recommend you look at this TDK 302 AgroLiner trailer. Don't get the HDK. Forget it. Pay the $2,000. Get this. Much easier to handle. Okay, handling has its advantages, and there's, you know, something to be said for being able to expedite moving the thing around. And then you start dealing with this big stuff. That's I think further down the road. All right, so that's scope creep. We're not going to deal with that. So have this for the flatbed capacity, and you can have 12,000 capacity for it if you need. But this is the one to get. Okay. Now let's back out of there. Back out of here. So there it is. Pretty. We got it sitting here at the silo. So let's go. Take a look at the inventory. Holy shnikey, A-Train. That's a lot of crap. Yeah, there's our little SEK 802 over there on the side. Hello. All right. Yeah, nothing looks original. The only thing that's original is this guy over here and the weights. Everything else has changed. All right. So let's start with that. We've put the like I said, the you know, narrow tires on. I think you just put those on, and then that automatically means you won't destroy crops in a field. All right. We got our weights over here. You always run that with the weight on it. All right. So let's talk tractor. This behemoth right here is awesome. All right. Now, something I did do. Let's look at this. This is the Case Pro 3 7210, or the Case, not Pro 3. I keep that. That's International Harvester. The Pro 7210. All right. So let's take a look at this and work through the numbers. It is the smallest of the. You get two of these to start with. That to me don't make much sense. All right. Because you start with them in base model mode, 170 horsepower, 24 miles an hour, which is great, but 170 horsepower. Okay. But look at the upgrade options. If you one engine upgrade, all right, this is now you own it. So the option is a 22 grand upgrade right there. It says it again over here. 22 grand upgrade takes you up to 214 horsepower. That's 44 additional horsepower and puts you into the 200 range, which will help run more equipment than you can initially. What I found out is just because maybe you have a piece of equipment that says it needs 200 horsepower, but you have a 170 horsepower tractor, the tractor will still do the job. It just may do it slower. And if you are going up a hill or towing it or something, it will slow it down. All right. So don't be afraid of that. Because we're going to be looking again, like I said, this is about efficiencies. All right. Now, 22 grand upgrade, 44 horsepower. That's a lot. I mean, that's $500 a horsepower. Look at this. You can go to 255 for 42.5. All right. So now we've gone from 170 to 255, which is 75 horsepower for $42,500. Now, 42.5 times 2 is actually 85. So dollar-wise, we've gotten a little more expensive per horsepower, okay? But this tractor goes to 261. I don't see a reason to go, if you're going to pay 42.5 to go to 255, you might as well pay 45.5 and go to 261, which is interesting that it's limited to 261. I'd have to look up and see if the prototypes are set up that way. But to me, it seems a little bit odd that it would be just that small of a jump. Right? And I wonder if it's kind of like World of Warships where maybe they limited something so you can't quite run certain equipment with it. I don't know. Just speculating there a little bit. But the problem with this tractor is you cannot put a front loader on it. All right. So you have two of these and they're equally useless because you can't put a front loader on, thus you can't use a forklift or pallet lift, as it were. All right. So if you want to upgrade one of these later down the road, okay, uh, you know, that's going to get you up above 250 horsepower, which again is going to give you more options to running equipment that's towed equipment and what have you. So something to think about. 45 grand add instead of buying a whole new tractor, just upgrade this one. Not a bad deal. And I would go to the narrow tires. Now, if we just leave it at the baseline, you see what the narrow wide tires are 2,000, rear twins, twin wheels. Narrow tires are only $1,000 add. But that way, if you leave crop damage on, this is your vehicle that does your fertilizing. Okay, tows your fertilizer or hauls your fertilizer through the field so it doesn't hurt it. All right. So narrow tires, go ahead and get that option on one of them. Okay. And I mean, whether you do it at the shop or you build the shop at home. Okay. One way or the other, that's the way to handle that. Get narrow tires is $1,000 add. Okay. So we've improved, excuse me, improved the utility of the SEK 802 trailer by 4,000 liter capacity for $2,000. And we've improved the this to use on fields with another $1,000 by going to narrow tires, right? Okay, so smart play to do that there. Now, I wanted a stronger tractor, and you remember, like in our other thing, I think we got this Valtra T series. All right, so let's talk tractors. I had a target I wanted to hit because there's a piece of equipment I wanted to be able to haul because of efficiency. All right. So I was trying to get to 270 horsepower, I think, for a cultivator, was it? Was it this one? Nope, that's the 500 horsepower. That's 300 horsepower. Yeah. And this one's only 6 meters wide. So, yeah, that's not so good. But you could do it. With 280 horsepower, you can do it. Here's this thing. What's this? Disc harrows. Guess what they do? They are cultivators. But there's a but here. Liquid manure spreaders can be attached to suitable manure barrels. You can attach spreaders. This thing. This is just a straight cultivator. Okay. Windows update, go away. Stupid thing. All right, look here. It's not Zoolander, it's the Disco Lander, XM52. This does planting. Cultivator. Additionally, this machine offers the possibility to seed directly. No previous cultivating or plowing necessary. 2-in-1. Efficiency. Okay, that means you can cultivate the field and plant some seeds at the same time. Mind you, there's only 3 options: grass, oilseed radish, and canola. Grass, a lot of people grow because then you turn it into bales or silage or whatever. So that's a good thing to have. Oilseed radish is your first stage of fertilization for the field if you choose to go that route. So it's a natural fertilizer. You go one day, oilseed radish grows, you cultivate it, you plow it back into the soil. It's a natural fertilizer. Then you seed the soil, that crop sprouts, and then the next day or so it's ready to go, depending on what speed setting you have the growth on. And canola is a good money crop. Okay. So I got one of these. All right. We got rid of the old cultivator and we got this Disco Lander. Okay. So you can cultivate and seed, or you can just cultivate with it. All right. So it is a cool machine. Now, what else is special about it? Your base model cultivator, is not here. It is a cultivator. This is what you start with, the Polymag 300. Okay. 9 miles an hour speed, 3-meter swath. You got to have a 100 horsepower engine. Big deal. We're kind of, well, that's really low. All right, 3 meters, 9 miles an hour. 6 meters, 10 miles an hour. See here? This is a better place to look at it. You got to have 220 horsepower though. Okay. The Pro 7210 will pull it, but it does take a little bit of effort. Okay. So, this is critical that it doubles the efficiency. 6-meter wide swath, so it will cultivate twice the width at 10 miles an hour. So you have a, what is that going to be, 66% speed increase? Because the other one only does 6 miles an hour. So you're adding 4 on that. That's 64 is 66% of 6. So it's a 66% increase in speed. All right. So there, not only are you doing double the width and you can seed, but you're also doing it faster. Half the passes, 66% faster, and capability to seed. $48,000, I think that's a worthy purchase. Okay. So that's something to get in the inventory as soon as possible. We got a seeder. Now you start with the Amazon, or Amazon, whatever, Amazon E. This thing, the date 30. Okay. 85 horsepower, big deal. 1,000-liter capacity. Okay. 9 miles an hour. 3-meter width. Plants wheat, barley, oats, canola, soybeans, oilseed radish, grass. Okay. I upgraded to that right there. The Vaderstad, like Darth Vader, Darth Vaderstad Rapid A600S. Okay, you see one in the garage. All right. 3,100-liter capacity. Takes 180 horsepower, which means the small tractor, the 170 horsepower case 7210, will pull it, and without too much trouble, unless you're trying to go up a hill, a big hill. Okay. Triple the capacity plus double the width, 11 miles an hour speed. 2-mile-an-hour speed increase, double the width, triple the capacity, equals more efficient. Okay. And, hey, additionally, but wait, there's more. This machine offers the possibility to seed directly, no previous cultivating or plowing necessary. So for your own fields especially, you've just done 2 steps in one. You've cultivated, so if you've got oilseed radish down, okay, excuse me, you don't have to cultivate it and then plant canola or wheat or barley or soybeans, okay? You run this over, boom, all done, 1 step. So, triple the capacity, twice the width, faster speed, 2 in 1 job. So it's almost Department of Redundancy department to have this and have that cultivator I got. But the difference is you can't use this as a cultivator. You can only use this as a seeder, okay? The other one you can use as a cultivator and as a seeder. Now I know this says no previous cultivating necessary, but say you're doing a contract job for Joe Schmo in field 16 up the hill, and he wants his stuff cultivated. You can't just drag this through the field and it cultivate. It cultivates as it seeds. So you're actually seeding the field, not cultivating it. You're technically doing both, but the game looks at it from a perspective of what is the machine doing. The machine is seeding the field. Now, I figure if Joe Schmo wants you to put down, whatever, then that would be fine. You're kind of saving him time and hassle. So that should be factored in, but I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure it's not. All right. Thus, why we have the separate cultivator. You see the logic there, the thought process. Separate machines, they still do separate jobs. If I need to do a seeding job, I send this out on the back of the 7210. I send the cultivator out on the back of the tractor. Okay. The point is, I wanted stuff that would be able to pull this heavier equipment, and eventually, even something like this. This was the target. This was the prototype. 270 horsepower, 5,000 liter capacity, 9 meter wide swath at 11 miles an hour. No speed increase, but a 50% increase in width. Ugly Songs, hi, welcome aboard. How are you? Hope you're having a great weekend. So, this part here is the key in this, which means you can do more field faster. Okay? So, for what this one does, what your base one does in 3 swipes, this does in 1 swipe. This does in 2 swipes, right? Okay? But what this does in, where does this come together? 36. This would take 6 swipes. This would take 4. Okay? So that's how that maths out. And then you wind up going up to bigger stuff like this, which, I mean, is even bigger and does even more. Although, yeah. Now, the other thing about this one, the Horsch, okay, is it fertilizes. So this, I think you can effectively put down seed and fertilizer, and you don't have to cultivate previously. What am I doing? Looking at stuff on Farming Simulator 2019. What are you doing? All right. So then there's like the Star, which does even more, 420 horsepower. I'm not going to take a, under 350 horsepower tractor and try to pull this thing. That's insane. That's a huge piece of equipment at 14 meters wide, 8,750 liter capacity. You see what I'm saying? Now you're just getting into just huge stuff. Okay. Here's the Terminator. This is additional tank. So, and then this was an additional tank as well. Seed Hawk, look, 11 miles, 25 meters wide. It's freaking huge. Okay, so point being, we're getting the tractor to handle this machine, even if we just have to rent it, because 9 meters of width, 5,000 liter capacity means you're going to be able to do a big field, which is where the big money is. Hey, all right. Well, I appreciate you being on board with the stream. Thanks a lot. Where are you located in the world? So we got this seeder. Okay. Now let's go back to the tractor thing we were discussing. So we got rid of one of the case 7200s, and I was looking at the medium tractors, trying to figure out what is the best horsepower available for the money. And I came to the conclusion that this Massey Ferguson is the hookup. All right. It starts with 210 horsepower for $176,000. You can upgrade, though, to 240 and to 280 for $35,000. So $211,000, 280 horsepower. Front loader attachment, 212.5 out the door. Now, I've since gone back and added the wheel weights. I think it helps stabilize the tractor. Okay. So, 213.7 out the door if you want to put those on. Not required. You can add it later. All right. Front loader attachment, got to have it. The case is the smaller case is not going to get it. You got to get it on any tractor so you can do stuff with the pallet fork and move stuff around. But you go to the big engine in this guy, so that's the biggest engine. 280 horsepower, 212.5. The Fendt Vario, 165, that's 240. That's the size it goes. And it's 217.5. 219 out the door. All right. 40 less horsepower, 7,000 or 6,500 more dollars. Okay. The Valtra T Series will not get there. 210 horsepower, 250. 195,000. It's cheaper. So if you're okay with 250 horsepower, then that's fine. 196.5. Save a few bucks. You know, it's $16,000 difference. Okay. But that's 30 horsepower difference for $16,000. That's not too bad. I don't think. I felt like it was worth it. Look at the Case Puma series. Okay. Starts at 225 horsepower. Its top is 270. We're already at 210.5, 212. 10 less horsepower, $500 less. Big deal. Spend the $500. Get 10 more horsepower. JCB, 235. It's front loader. You got no, I mean, that's it. There's no engine option here. So that takes us to the John Deere. The John Deere has everything. Starts at 280 horsepower for 228. Okay. We're looking at 212.5 with the front loader attachment. So 229.5 for the John Deere at 280 horsepower. Here's the trick. You spend the money on this tractor and look what you can get. Engine setup. 280, 300. Oh, that's it. Never mind. There's another one in the large tractors that goes up. There's like 4 engine options. Or maybe it's a smaller one. But 300 horsepower is most you're going to get here, and you're paying 239.5. Okay. But you start at 280 and it costs that much more. So bang for the buck wise, the Massey Ferguson 7700 is the best medium tractor, in my opinion. Okay. So sell one of the little ones and use some money to get this sucker. Okay. Now the point is, you may have to do a hang on a second here. Get rid of that chump. These chumps that keep coming in here. I've taken a loan out and I've done some jobs. So I've probably done 50. Oh, plus you want to sell everything out of the silo. Clean the silo out, take all that stuff and sell it to whatever the highest thing is on the, and what I'm talking about here when I say that is, let's just jump out real quick because I want to make sure you understand what I'm saying. Everything in your silo, you come with like 15, 20,000 of everything, like corn and wheat and soybeans and whatever. So you go here and say wheat, click on that. It's selling most of the port grain elevator. That's over here. And you take your trailer, modify the SEK 802 to 12,000 liter capacity, fill it up, haul it over there, get it done. Okay. Sell all that crap, sell all the buildings. All right. Look, I sold, this is the big red barn, sold this building, this building, this building, this building, this building. Okay. All those buildings gone. That's another $100,000 in your pocket. And the big red barn is another 30. So I could sell it and make another $30,000. I'm kind of, I kind of like it. So I don't know. We'll see if I get around to that. All right. But, and then make sure you check the contracts here and see, whereas previously, oh, here, I was telling you guys, we're going to avoid fields 4, 5, 7, 8, and 11 because they're just too big for the stock equipment. And I stand by that. You can work them, but here's the thing. You need to hire a helper to start, and then you need to support them. I wouldn't advise doing any harvesting because that takes 2, period. You got to have somebody driving the harvester, and you got to have somebody hauling the trailer around. which is where the bigger capacity trailer comes into play, because then you only have to make half the trips, right? It's got a 21,000 liter capacity as opposed to the 12,000 liter capacity. Half the trips. That's efficiency. Okay. Now, doing this field, if you want to seed it, cultivate it, spray it, fertilize it, not bad. This field took better part of 3 to 4 hours real time to do with the equipment I have. Now, I used the stock Holland harvester, and it took forever. Okay. I went back and bought a new one, as you saw, and we'll talk about it in a second. Did this field, blew through it. Oh, it was glorious. All right. These guys are the fields that will get you good money without having to go forever. All right. The other thing is their location, because if you have to drop stuff off at the central grain elevator, and when I was harvesting this field and this field, when I was harvesting 11, I had to drop off here, which is part of the reason why I took the job. Again, efficiency. Zip, zip, over and back. So the worker was able to continue harvesting, and I could get over, unload the tipper, come back, and catch up to him before he made like 2 full passes of the field. If you've got to go to the ranch is right here. Okay. Port grain elevator. All right. Restaurant. This is where I had to deliver from this field, soybeans. Okay. But I was able to just come down the road here, cut over into town. It was a little out of the way because there's not really a straight, clear shot to get there unless you go down the dirt roads, and I didn't want to do that. So, and then just run back up. And then you come in this side, because the way I was running it, you unload on the left side of the harvester. Okay. The outlet pipe comes off the left side. So and the way if you start running down this side, it's fine. Then you'd come up this side and run down the left side of the harvester, let it pipe into the trailer, and then you come back out this way. I started over here and was catching it on the eastbound trip, so I swung around the north side of it, and then would exfil out the dirt road and then come in. Either way works, whatever. All right, but those are some of the contracts and stuff. Now I'm not afraid of field 5 cultivating. The issue with that is just the distance, but we can get that done. I can put the helper on cultivating. That's easy. So there's something to think about. Is this something that needs to be supported? All these cultivator jobs are pretty straightforward. Transporting. I did a transporting job, and I was successful in actually getting it done, so that was a shock. But I'm looking at money. Field 13 harvesting. Look here. It's oats. Okay. There's another thing we're going to talk about when it comes to this here in a minute. Okay. But now we've got the better harvester, and we've got the higher capacity trailer. You could do this by yourself without hiring a helper, but for 10 grand, if the contract's under 5 or 6 grand, field 11, that's right. That's going to take a bit. Okay. I don't know if that's going to be worth hiring a helper to do. It's going to be close. Harvesting field 13 is going to be worth it, because you're going to be paying. It's going to take a couple of hours, and the helpers are $1,500 an hour. All right. So you don't want to lose money on the job because you hired help. I mean, it's almost easier to have them do work at home on your own fields, or like these small fields here, because the job's only going to take, it's going to take less than an hour, but you're going to lose a lot of your profit in, see, like field 15 cultivating. Here's field 15. Okay, it's not very big. It's 3.23 acres. All right. If you take the stock equipment, that may take an hour to do, and then you're out money. You lose money in the deal because of your labor cost. So I would suggest doing it yourself. You get a bigger piece of equipment that can do 6 meters or 9 meters of width. Then it's more efficient. It gets done in half an hour instead of an hour. You're out $750 in wages, and you make, in this case, you're not going to make money. Field 17, cultivating. I think you could get that done. It's a little bit bigger field. Bigger field is more money. Okay. I mean, what was it? The other day we saw one on field 8. Is there anything right now on field 8? I don't think there is. No. Field 8's the biggest. We saw a harvesting job or something on this field. It was $125,000. And I think basically we leased equipment and it took a couple of 3 hours of real time to work it, but we got it done. And in the end, I think we broke even or made a little bit of money on the deal. Okay. So that's the key of all this stuff. You can work the small fields, work them yourself. Let the helpers, diddle around over here. If you're going to work a big field, particularly for harvesting, then you're going to tag team it. You have a helper drive the harvester while you drive the trailer, and then run over to wherever to drop stuff off to sell, and then come back and pick back up. Okay. That's the strategy. One other thing. You guys will like this. Oh, excuse me. Getting late here on Saturday night. We've got time change coming in. So don't forget to set your clocks forward an hour if you're in the United States and not in Arizona or Indiana or wherever. All right. So what I've learned is when you're doing, and we all knew this, right? When you're doing the job, you don't actually have to do 100% of the field. There is there's an amount of wiggle room. You may only actually be doing 90% of the physical space, an area of the field, but you're doing 100% of the job. So there's going to be some space left over that didn't get done. In the case of field 11, I put the helper on it. Let's just zoom in a little bit. Put the helper on it over on this corner, thinking he would run this way, but no, he went straight across this field this way. So he went corner across to square the field off, and then started working his way this direction. And then once he got over here, he shut down because things went wonky because of this angle. All right. So I had to do some manual work over here. Basically, I had to clear out this triangle, and I was able to put, I was able to run a guy a couple times, but they kept quitting. Okay. I don't know if the game was able to just figure it out or couldn't. But with a field like this, if you take this triangle out of play, then the AI seems to be able to figure it out easier. All right. So there's a tip for you. You may have to do some work yourself, but excuse me. Now, here's the thing. By the time we got all this done, and maybe one pass down this triangle that was left, the contract was done. The harvesting jobs, you're not only harvesting the field, but you're delivering the product to market. And there it seems like there's more left over. Okay. So the key is do not close the contract before you have harvested the entire crop, the entire field, because whatever's left after you air quotes complete the contract, that's there for you to take and make money on. And I've made $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 on harvesting additional what's left in the field. The second you close out the contract, the field is going to go to its next state of existence. Boom, done, over, goodbye. So whatever's left is lost. It's free money waiting for you to take it. Now, the helper was able to figure this out and run this section, so there was money there. When we did the soybeans over here, there was another 8,000 liters, almost 10,000 liters, because as I emptied the next to final load, well, the final load to close the contract, it said you've completed the contract, and there was an extra $1,500 on top of it for harvest. Okay, so there's your money to be made. Okay, in this case, it paid for the labor, and the extra $15,000 on top of that, there was about 8,000 liters of soybeans left to harvest. It paid for most of that trailer. Cha-ching! You see what I'm saying? That's where you make the money and get the bigger equipment and improve your efficiencies. Okay, so make sure if you're harvesting a field, you get 100% of the crop, even if they say the contract's complete. Okay, so like field 8 here may cut off somewhere over here, and there may be several acres worth of, and that's several thousand liters of crops that still need to be harvested, and that's free money for you. So, well, it's not free money. You have to do something for it. So it's not free money. But that's what you need to do. All right. So case 20, 7210, keep one, modify it, whatever. But this Massey Ferguson, this thing is the shiz. 280 horsepower. I put the wheel weights on it. You got the standard hook up there. This thing is the bomb. All right. It is my forklift operator vehicle too, because I got the front end attachment stuff, which is the hookups up there. All right. So you need something that can haul a forklift. Do the fork arms. These deals right here. And look at, there's two of these. All right. See how this is Proline FZ60? Front loaders. FZ30 is, it says greater than 90 horsepower. But this one, the FZ60 is greater than 150 horsepower. So the smaller tractors use this one. Just get this one. It's 150 horsepower or more. Get the big one. And then you get the pallet fork. So $8,800, and then you're hauling pallets around on the front of that tractor. Whichever you choose. But again, I'm going to suggest to you that the Massey Ferguson may be the best deal. Best bang for the buck. Okay. So what else do we have here? We have our, this is our cultivator we talked about. Okay. That can seed as well. It can seed oilseed radish, grass, and canola. We have extra bags of seeds back here. Now notice where I position these. There's a seeder. Here's a seeder. This is our official seeder. All right, our Darth Vader land machine. You can refill these, either one of them, from this position with those pallets sitting there. Aha. And you use the modified, the flatbed version of the trailer to get that. All right, out here, I've got, this is herbicide, and you can tell with the red little icon down here, that's herbicide. Over here, the blue icon is liquid fertilizer, okay? Because we have this guy back here, Howdy Mega. This thing is awesome. It is so worth the money. I would almost suggest it's the first thing you should buy. I need to hit that button. I want to hit this button, okay? This is under crop protection. These are fertilizers, and they do fertilizer and herbicide. Okay, so that's two jobs you can do with that piece of equipment. You can fertilize the field and you can kill weeds. And the fields tend to need to be fertilized twice. If you don't do oilseed radish, that's your first fertilization. Then you spray the second one and you're done. Or you use a manure spreader or some other spreader. Okay. This is the bomb diggity. Now, I did some math on this, and I'm not sure if my math is exactly right on this. Okay, but in the other game, I'd gotten this one. And I really didn't need to do that. Stick with it here. The Deltas from Kuhn, 1302 MTA3, 1,300 liter capacity, 21 meter swath at 7 miles an hour. Okay, herbicide and fertilizer. And it connects up with the PF 1500 and the SB 1000. SB 1000 is the weight, I believe. Yes, that's the 1,000 kilogram weight that we have two of. Okay, so that's what that's telling you, is it pairs up with those things. All right. So 1302, 1,300 capacity. All right. That'll do your small fields and ones that are in that 1 to 2, 3, maybe even 4 acre range. All right. 7 mile an hour speed. This is a booster tank for this. So it's another 1,500 liter capacity. It goes on the front of the tractor. Okay. So now we have $38,000 for 1,500 and 1,300. That's 2,800 liters. This is 2,200 liters, $3,500. Okay. Or $35,000. This is a backpack only. So it's best to put the weight on the front. And it will run on the smaller tractor. So your stock tractor, get the narrow wheels, or turn off crop damage, or both. Narrow wheels, this guy, or these two guys. Your pick. The math's pretty similar. 21 meter swath, 7 miles an hour, 2,800 liter capacity. Okay. 2,200 liter capacity, 7 miles an hour, 24 meter swath. This thing covers our home fields in 2 passes. And I'll show you, I did some modifications to the fields. I brought a plow over. I combined fields 25 and 26, and then I made, which field is that? Okay, I combined 25 and 26. You can see down here. Now they're showing as 1. 24. I made 24 bigger. I moved it, I took it into the space between 24 and 25, like an additional 6 meters, and I made it longer this way on this end. And then I combined these two, but I shortened them. I rented a roller and I shortened them on this end and then on this end as well. And that was just so, and I dinked around with the landscaping a little bit over here, and I got to do some more work with that, but we got to harvest the soybeans first. What it does there is it gives more room for your vehicles to turn around and not fall off this little ridge right here, because it is kind of a pain in the ass that's positioned right where it is. So it's not really conducive to your vehicles. So you can do some landscaping. I recommend you combine fields 25 and 26, so then you get all this center section here, and then take off maybe 3-4 meters on this end, and you have that much extra room to turn your vehicles around. And then you can shorten this end as well because you got this steep hillside right here. So you only have, maybe 6 to 7 meters there to turn something around. And with like this, the weeder and the fertilizer deal, when those arms are opened up, it's 24 meters wide. Your turning capacity gets dinked up. Okay. And it's pretty quick just to hit the X button. The outer ones fold in, then they fold the second time, and they fold the third time. Then you can maneuver a little easier and then just hit the button again. But in shortening the field here, it makes it a little easier. So you add the space to the field back and the other dimensions. I think I went this way a little bit, like one swath, this way a couple, this way a couple. These put them together, shortened everything on this side, shorten this side. 19 is going to be a field that if I go over here and cut down a couple of trees and eat my lunch and all that good stuff, I could actually grow this field out to here, or I could add an additional field for like grass, because there's a lot of room for grass over here to grow. But I haven't messed with 19 yet. So we'll get around to that eventually. All right, cool. So what else do we have? Hey, yikes, Zermatula Alexjayev. Alexojayev. Welcome aboard. Appreciate you subscribing. That's awesome. Thanks for being here. All right, guys. So I'm hoping you're learning some stuff here as I'm learning. Now, is this going to apply in Farm Sim 22? I don't see why not. I would think the equipment's going to be the same, right? The principles are the same too. You want to maximize your efficiency. So, and you know what's really cool? And I noticed this when I was refilling. But look at this. This is a little meter that goes up as you fill the tank. Super cool. Oh, and then there's this indicator too. So it's like a double indicator thingy. And then this is like a pressure deal over here. But you strap this on the back of either one of your tractors, and right now I store it empty. I think it's empty. And what happens is you can empty it. You just got to have it out in some open space, and then you hit the I button, and it will empty it, and it will create one of these liquid crates with your leftover material in it. So then you can switch from fertilizer to herbicide and back again. And then you can use your pallet fork thing to organize this crap. So all I got to do is go grab the case 7210, hook this thing up, pull forward, and then pick which side which I want. And then load from here, boom, done. And once I've used the amount in the deal, that pallet disappears. But if you empty it, pallet reappears. All right, so it's super cool. So stuff doesn't go to waste is the point of the exercise. All right, blah, 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 blah. Look here. Booyah! Massey Ferguson. This is my new harvester, and it is sweet. All right, let's take a look at this thing, and we'll run the numbers. All right, so you start the game with this New Holland, okay? The TX32, 160 horsepower, no big deal. It goes 15 miles an hour. There's metric number one, 15 mile an hour speed. But this is a road speed, as you'll see in a minute when we talk about the headers. That's when it becomes, this number is just how you get from here to there, okay? It's not the speed that you actually harvest with. 5,600 liter capacity, okay? So, and then this will take the TX32 header, which is what it comes with, or the Corn Champion, which is this thing right here, if you want to harvest corn. But note, it's 3.4 meters in width, okay? All right. We'll talk about the headers in a second because you notice that thing was big. It was wide. All right. Beautiful. So, 15 mile an hour road speed, 5,600 liter capacity. That's the key. Skip this guy. 4,500 liters at 12 miles an hour. It was a little more expensive. Uses the PS 500 and can use the Corn Champion. Okay. But we'll look at this in the headers department again. So it's a little quicker and less capacity. That's no good to me. You're taking a step backwards. It's even 50 less liters of fuel. It's more horsepower, but whatever. This thing, 306 horsepower. Now notice we went from $100,000 to $202,000. That's where the bank loan is going to come into play. All right, but when we get to the headers, you're going to see what the efficiency increase is going to be, and that's the key. All right, 5,600 liters, 8,600 liters. So 3,000 more liter capacity in the header, in the harvester itself. 18 mile an hour road speed as opposed to 15. So it gets you there a little bit quicker. Now there's bigger ones, but look how much the price goes up. It's another quantum jump in price. Another third increase. This one gives you 10,000 liters compared to 8,600. And it goes 24 miles an hour. So it's faster on the road. On the road is the key. This thing's $300,000, 24 miles an hour on the road. 10.5. 86. Yep, it's more efficient. We're going to get bigger. You're going to see how this works. This thing, 14,100 liters. Right? You get to this guy, 17,100 liters. Okay. But I think some of these guys, I think will actually tow their own trailer. I think. And that's what makes them they're even more efficient. Is it does the harvesting, and I think it can tow its own trailer, which makes it an all-in-one unit. But you're paying the farm for one of these things, okay? So what we're looking for here is like the, I think, excuse me, oh, pardon me, HS16 let's just venture over here. I don't know. Maybe they can't haul their own trailer. I would think they could, but I guess not. I could be wrong. All right. Point of the exercise. Ditch this, get this. Why? Here's why. Headers. This is the stock one. 4-meter swath, 6 miles an hour. Nope. Nope. Yep. 7.6 meter swath, 6 miles an hour. Same speed. Okay. 4 meters, 7.6. Almost double the width. And then you have the additional capacity within the harvester itself. All right. So $250,000 outlay. Again, you're going to have to do some jobs or just get a big loan from the bank. Who cares? Just do whatever. Just get the money and get this. That will allow you, with the equipment now I've described to you, all right, double capacity, big time on your fertilizing and herbicide work, okay, 24-meter swath, 6 meters of cultivation and seeding or seeding, okay, and the horsepower to pull any of them. This guy can pull, and primarily you want him to run, the fertilizer. All right. So there you go. Now, if we're going to go harvest a field, we're going to send this guy over, set it up for the helper to run it, and then we're going to take the big dog, Massey Ferguson, and this trailer, and go hook that stuff up and run it. And that's the key to all of this. All right. So, hey, our soybeans are ready. Hooray and huzzah in the first 2 fields. The other ones won't be ready till tomorrow. All right. So, make sure. Don't make sure. Again, the efficient way to do this, in my opinion, is to cultivate the field, see it's ready to harvest. And it's fertilized 100%. It's two-step fertilization. All right. You do an initial step, and that could be putting down oilseed radish to start with. And then, crap. Wait, I might be able to pull this off. Hang on. Where is this located? Did I park this dead center? Oh, no, there is room to do this. Ha ha ha. Nobody beats the hammer. That's a line from Tom Clancy's Red Storm Rising, by the way. Let's get in this bad boy. Energize. Horsepower. And then we can turn on the blinky blinks. Awesome. Okay. We turn on the flasher flashies. Cool. Right? Let's go harvest some stuff. So yeah, if you do the oilseed radish, all right, that's your first step of fertilization. Do that 24 hours later. You cultivate that in and seed at the same time with the machines we've gotten. 24 hours later. And then later that day, basically half a day later, you've got a weed. And if you get it early enough, you can do it with the weeder, the mechanical weeder. Or you do it with the sprayer, which we have. And then you do a second fertilization. Okay? So that's the way to go. Let's jump inside here. Look at this bad boy. It's got a jump seat even, so your girl can ride with you. And a radio up top here, all kinds of different cool stuff. AC controls, believe me. And then there's your master idiot alerts over here, and your funky controls. All right, pretty swift, huh? It's funny you can't see yourself sitting here. You see yourself sitting there if you're outside. See, there I am. Blue shirt and all. Cool. All right, let's ease this thing out of space dock here. I feel like we're undocking the Starship Enterprise. First off, we need to raise the header. And we're going to move out. Activia. Oh, it's Activa. All right, so let's move over here. And I am eventually going to get a chainsaw and cut this tree down because this tree just annoys the crap out of me. It's just in the worst place. Now, if you look at the width of this header, I should be able to do this field in 4 passes. And look, this one beeps. I like the Massey Ferguson equipment. I'm digging it. I hadn't considered it before, and because I thought the vouchers, you know, they look cool and they seem to work. And there's where I dicked up the field last time. Let's lower the header and let's open this sucker up. Top opens up, ladder comes down, back does this, parts do that, stuff goes flying. Let's turn the blinky blink lights on. Oh, look at that. 2 of them up front, 1 in the back. Yeah, you're seeing this sucker coming. And I think if I get rid of that tree, I can kind of do some adjustment to the landscape right here and get rid of some of this hump action, because that's just annoying. All right, let me see if I'm lined up here. Turn this sucker on, and let's roll tide roll. Down the bottom right, and then it does all this spray action. Pretty cool. I'm just going to micromanage the steering here, make sure we're staying on the field and we get everything in one fell swoop. I may have plowed an additional swath on this side over here. Just no, I think this field's still stock. But we're cruising at 6 miles an hour, which is the same as the New Holland, but we're doing almost twice the work per pass. And you look, we're going to be able to do this in one fell swoop. We'll see when we're done. Remember, the New Holland has a 5,600 liter capacity. This has an 8,600 liter capacity. Okay. Now the trick gets to be maneuvering the bigger machines, because again, there's that stupid tree. I figured out how to cut down trees, so we may do some of that at some point, but I got to figure out a better way to dispose of them. I figured out how to get them the hell out of the way though. All right, I think we're pretty close to good here. Let's back it this way, do a little of this, do a little of that, full stop. That looks good. Soybeans are like $1,600 a ton right now at the restaurant. So that's nice because we just have to go down the street. And we're going to be able to turn this field over for another crop this evening. I mean, it's 5:18. It's not even dinner time yet, or it was just dinner time and we ate, and now we're going to come out and we're going to clear 2 of these fields, lickety split, splickety split, lickety split. And thanks for the like, whoever it was. Appreciate you being here. So we're going to clear these fields, El Quico, make some coin, and yeah, this is where I think now you do these things that we've been talking about this video, and you can start enjoying the game and making money. You got to spend a little money to make some money, right? That's life 101. I think this is going to take 5 passes, maybe 6. But remember, it would take half as many more with the New Holland. Okay, let's get this lined up. We're lined up. And see, we're at 2,070. 24%. We're over 25% of the field done. Let's talk more harvest. Something I also saw when you're having your minion do the work for you, some passes they'll be this tight to accurate, and just getting the maximum amount that they can. Other times they may be like a half meter to a meter short, which kind of sucks because then you're, again, you're losing efficiency there. So, and they're slow on the drop. So there's an advantage to them in that it automates the process, and you can go hands off and go do another job yourself or whatever. But the other aspect is, oh, you know what? And damn, I just thought of that. Hang on. All right, hold please. Let's go back and check the contracts list. We need to go get a contract going here. And we're not going to do harvesting. We're not going to do baling. We don't have the equipment for it. We can't do transporting because that takes the forklift. There's a lot of baling going on. All right, here's cultivating. There was stuff in our neighborhood. That's too cheap. That's too cheap. Field 4, ooh, that's across the map. Field 5 is $67.94 for 25. They're basically the same size fields. The problem is they're all the way across the damn map. All the way the hell over there. 4 may be easier for the minion to handle. Because that's kind of my plan, is to send the minion over to do this work. Now we could do field 10. Oh, finally this jerk off got his stuff, because I just kept ignoring him. This field here, because he needed it harvested, and it was a bunch of funky equipment, and it's like, I have none of this equipment. Screw you, hippie. I'm not wasting my money. He's offering a nice amount of money, but you'd have to lease the equipment, which was going to cut into it, and it was harvesting, which means you got to have a minion and yourself do it, which means labor cost cuts into it. I was going for profit margin. So now, cultivating the field is not a bad deal. $2,000 though, and see, this is actually equipment comparable to what we've got. This is, I think, is a. Let me just look that up real quick. No, that cultivators right there. That is this horse. Okay. And it's 6 meters. So we're going to be able to do that with 6 meters with our cultivator, because we have the Discaro. We have this Kuhn Disco Lander. Okay. So, all right. So which one of these do we want? Which one of the contracts do we want to take? Do we want douchebag here? Do we want to do field 4 or 5? It's 5. You know what? I think we're going to go for the money. Hey, must be the money. Let's take this one. All right. So real quick, we could put a minion on this, but let's not. Let's shut this down for a minute here. Turn the blinky blinks off. All right. Just sit there and chill for a second, dude. All right. Let's kick over to this guy. Start her up. And automatic engine start is something you can do in the settings. Okay. And we're going to do the cultivator, so we're going to move up and we're going to pick up our weight. Yeah, I know. You don't have to back up this close. There we go. Now we're actually attached to the machine. All right, let's go to front view so we can see what we're doing. Let's turn on our road blinky blinks, and let's get over to field 4. Let's see what the most efficient way is going to be to get there. I think I know. Basically, we got to go all the way around through town. This guy looks like such a douchebag. We could take the mountain pass and go all the way down, or we could cut a right, cut down the dirt road, or we could just swing around this way and cut across, and that gets us there, or take the mountain pass. You know what? Let's do that. We'll take the mountain pass, and then we'll just hit it to this side, and I'm going to start him on that side and work his way back towards us. All right? So I think we got a plan. All right. I'm going to drop our speed a little bit here because we're towing something. I'm thinking that from a realism standpoint, I don't think you would tow this piece of equipment this fast on the road, right? And I was kind of farting around with that earlier. Here's our mountain pass. I'm thinking I may do some self-imposed speed limits on, like if you're working on, if you're driving on a farmer's field and you're pulling like, you know, I don't know, there should be a top speed of like 10 miles an hour if you're driving the trailer or whatever around. Or maybe it should be whatever the top speed of the biggest piece of equipment, the fastest piece of equipment is. That's the top speed you can go on the field. Then there's when you're on a dirt road. Well, if you're on a dirt road, maybe, you know, the top speed should be limited to 15 miles an hour because it just, you know, this equipment's going to bounce around and the physics are not fully enabled. Yes, you could fall off a cliff, but the thing that I think would be cool, and maybe they do on FS22, let's get across the tracks here before a train shows up. Doo-doo. No train. Is damage. There should be some damage modeling. So if you smash into a pole, you know, maybe it bends your fender up or bends the suspension up and the truck doesn't drive, or the vehicle doesn't drive straight or something. The car runs into you. The cars are like tanks for some reason. I mean, there should be damage related to that and, you know, whatever. Drop us down to 25 miles an hour. There we go. Seems a little more realistic. All right, now I think we just keep going straight on this road. Is that correct? Yes, we're just going to go straight all the way down this road. And it's going to go across the intersection. We're going to keep going. So there's field 7. That's the one I just harvested. So it needs to be cultivated. Although I don't think it's on the market right now. I think anything you just did is not going to be on the immediate next list. You got to probably pop out and pop back in. Oh, notice in the bottom right, see where it says grass? The yellow bar, see it down there? That's showing what your seeder is, has on board and what its capacity is. All right? And you'll see here, I'll pull up the menu so you can see where you turn this on and not. All right, now we're going to come down here. Oops. And then we're going to take a left here. Try to avoid the signs. I knocked one over earlier with the harvester. Oops. There's some kind of tower. Now, I think this is field 4 on our right. Or maybe it's across the river. No, this should be 4. Yes, this is 4. Okay, so this is, whoops, didn't do that, didn't mean to do that. I really feel like I need to move this E and the Q key around. The E key being the jump in, jump out of the vehicle, and the Q key being disconnect stuff. Because, damn it, if that's not annoying, you accidentally disconnect stuff while you're like driving and then, oops, I just dropped the trailer. What a dummy. Now, let's see if we can kind of maneuver into position here. Okay, let's take a look here. All right, let's unfold. This gizmo is really cool. Check this out. Boom. So it raises up and it drops down. We're going to put the menu on so you guys can see the different buttons here, what they do. And then that side drops and then this side drops. Now the X-wings in the middle, that's the actual cultivator part, okay? And so I'm going to push it back a little bit that way. Okay, cool. I think we're in pretty good shape here. Now, hopefully the knucklehead will do this the right way. So the X-wings are your cultivator part, and then you got the seeder. Oh, you know what? Hang on. Close cover. N. Thank you. Yeah, that looks stupid. Sitting open. I noticed that when I was sitting parked. But the back part's the seeder. Okay? So that's how that works on this piece of equipment. All right, so now we lower it with V. That takes it down. Okay, it says you don't have access to the land, whatever. And now we're going to hit 3 to start the cruise control because we're actually not on the field. All right, what is going on here? Why is this not working? Something is wrong. Something is very wrong. Didn't I? I thought I took the contract. Did I not take the contract? Oh, wait. Wait, what happened to the contract? Did something just change on me? I thought I took the contract. There's field 7 cultivating. Field 5 cultivating. Where did field 4 go? Okay, well, fine. Screw you. Let's go to field 5. All right, fine. Back. All right, field 5's right there. It's right there in front of us. Hang on. Boom. There's field 5. We're just going to jog over there. All right, let's fold the X-Wings back up and whatever. All right, screw you, dude. I don't know how that, or why that went sideways like that. Maybe it was just a timing thing. I don't know. A glitch in the matrix or something. All right, so we're going to do field 5, and we're going to put a minion on it, and it's going to start here at 5:30. I imagine it'll be done by 7. So that's an hour and a half. So that's 1,500, 2,250. Should be able to clear, you know, $4,000 or $5,000 out of this deal. Oh yeah, that field does look cultivated. Now that I think about it, this field does not look cultivated. All right. Shoot, now I'm getting stupid on it. I may have to do some of this myself. Leave them to me. I will deal with them myself. Okay. X-Wings down. Lock X-foils in attack formation. Or attack position. Now remember, this doesn't have to be perfect. Oh, no, not that. Drop it down. Now, see, now it's working. All right, so I don't know what the hell happened. That was weird. So I'm not quite sure how the AI is going to do this field, how they're going to handle this. All right, so see, so now we're cultivating. So it wasn't me. I think it may have just been a timing thing. Maybe somebody else took the contract and did the job. You know, I thought I clicked on accept contract. Maybe it expired. Who knows? But whatever. We're going to get paid by this guy. There's the train. Hello, train. Toot toot. $7 miles an hour. It's kind of a, you know, pedestrian pace. But I think for the cultivators, I mean, it's kind of just something you deal with because, you know, you're literally ripping into the earth. All right, so now I'm gonna hit H and see what this doofus does here. All right, so he's going to line up with the existing whatever. Okay, so that's fine. All right, he can do that. He can deal with it. Cool. All right, minion, you have the con. All right, figure it out. So he's going to wheel this thing around. And this is the smart way to do it with this guy. Is just loop around. And he's going to come back to it. And he's going to start making swaths that kind of align with that one he just did there. Drop. Whoop, nope. No, he's lined up. Now he's going to back up. And then chop and go. Chop, 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 Colonel Hogan. All right. Good show. So that he's off to the races. And I gave him a little more room there, actually, by doing this first swath for him. Gives him more room to maneuver. He should swing around. Oh, he's confused. Oh, you know what? There may have been just a little tiny spit. See how see the little spits of yellow there at the very edge of the field that I missed? He may have just dropped the thing down just to zap that one little bit, because it's in the area where he, was thinking this is my area. This is what I need to do. See, he just douched this part up too. Okay. Anyway, all right. So let's go back to harvesting. So we're gonna hit the tab button. We're not going to that one. We're going on this one, and we're gonna hit the engine start. Turn our blinky blink lights on, and now we're gonna maneuver. And the issue I have is not that I don't love trees. I love trees. Don't get me wrong, but you can't see. I can't see the farm through the trees, as it were. Oh, nope. All right, let's put that down, and I think we're good if we roll tide right along this path here. Make a little adjustment as we start, and zoom. There we go. We're off. So now, while Goofball's off doing that job, and that's the larger fields, like I said, if you do, man, ugh. All right, we're just going to maintain this course. You send a minion down to do the work for you. That's the smart play on the bigger contract jobs for the simple things. Cultivating, seeding. The problem with seeding is you can run out of seeds. Now, you can set the system up to auto buy more seeds for you. Okay, that works. But that also, I think they buy excessive amounts of seed. That's what I was seeing on a video. I don't know if that's a bug or something that just, the guy's a little over exuberant. As long as you get the excess to, store, then I guess that's okay. It's not so bad. Yeah, we need 2 more swaths here. Oof, they're jacked up. We need to level that out. Crap. So this road is the edge of our property. On the other side of the road from us is out of bounds, not our property. Okay, we here? We're here. Make sure we get all this, because then we can turn right around, and we'll come back and we'll run this. We'll go ahead and plant more oilseed radish for this. So what I've done is I've got this field and the other field 24 on a 1-day cycle, and 25, 26 on another day cycle. All right. The whole point being there, you have just a continuous workflow back and forth. And I'm just kind of thinking like this is like the evening thing to do. It could be the morning. Maybe you do the herbicide in the morning, and then maybe in the evening you harvest or fertilize and whatever. That to me makes sense. And then you work contracts through the course of the day, because like that contract that I just put home fern on may take an hour and a half, 2 hours. Now if you're using the stock equipment, it's going to take even longer, probably double the time. And having that means you're stuck with that one contract. Ooh, there's a baby tree that is totally my way. That's going to be corrected. Oh, sure is. Look at you. Cute little tree. Sorry, but you got to go. You see how much room I've got to the right here that we can grow this field? And I was messing around with that on the other bill that we started. But I also learned how to cut down trees and eat my lunch just like my old papa. So I just got to figure out what a better, efficient way. There's a guy did a mod with and I don't have any mods installed, except something that comes with the game. He did a log splitter, which is super cool. So you just take the logs and drop them in there and splits them, and then you got like firewood, and I think you can go sell firewood to the restaurant. So that's a pretty cool deal. But see, now look at the bottom right. See where it says soybeans? See our capacity? There comes 5,600, and that's the capacity of the New Holland. We just passed it. So the New Holland cannot do this field in one swoop. So it's going to take longer, and you're going to have to go unload it. Now the beauty is when you're here on home base, all you do is drive over and unload directly into the silo. Check this out. All right, so we're going to, that's going to raise that up. Okay, You raise me up. We're going to carefully try not to kill ourselves or destroy our nice machine here. Because this, I mean, I really just brought this home. Although I've already washed it once. Because you know what? I didn't actually just bring it home. I bought it and went immediately to a job. All right, so now what we're going to do here, oh, it'll be easier to do past. Because the trailer's sitting there, and that's all good. Appreciate your trailer. You're a good trailer. All right, we're going to get over here, try not to knock our ladder off. And we're just, whoop, that's good. Then we're going to hit O, put on our O face, and watch this. Oh yeah, baby. There goes our soybeans. Now, in theory, I could load these directly into the trailer, but I can't uncover the trailer. So, why are you storing the trailer covered, A-Train? Because that just made sense to me. Yeah, it was just one of those things. So we'll just put all this into here. No worries. And then once we get the other field done, and that was, all right, so we know it was more than 5,600. It was like 5,900 liters. I'm just trying to do the math. Oh yeah, we're gonna have plenty of room for that that trailer. I forget we have 2,100 capacity. We're gonna go up and do the more difficult side first, because this tree's up here. See, so you can see the plain area. You can see the tall grass, and then there's the plain area. That's where I trimmed the field with the roller. Okay. That's how that changed it, and that gave me this much more space to maneuver a vehicle up here on this hillside, where otherwise it's kind of tricky. Dance, string, rock around, time is tricky. Full stop. All right, I think we are pretty close. Let's do nope. Let's go. Oh yeah, I had it right the first time. Dude. Beeps. I like that beeps. It's awesome. Drop it down. Can't see through the tree. Hit it. Steer right just a little bit here. Just make sure we get the whole field. Now I don't know if this flat green area where I leveled with the roller is ever going to grow anything, or if it's just going to look like the whole time like that. I may play around with it, because I would like it to at least have grass. That would be nice. Now this down here, remember how this used to be all rough and stuff? Check this out. Smooth sailing. Yeah, leveled that shiz out. Now it's not necessarily over here by the barn. There's still, but this used to have some pretty big bumps to it. That'll do. Yep. We're gonna clear this field. Now I got to go back to field 25, 26 over on the 26 side, over towards the original path that you walk down. It's still got a pretty big lump in it. That's a pain in the ass because some of the equipment was even hanging up on it. So once we harvest that stuff tomorrow, I'll go smooth that out. Probably have to do a little leveling stuff, and God, this stuff makes a lot of dust. Shut up, dog. Now again, with this equipment and this size field, this is something you could assign to a minion. Say you're doing a job somewhere else, like transporting, because you want to do that manually, then yeah, you could have your minion do the harvesting over here. And then they may scream at you and say, hey, I'm done, or I'm full. You'll get the master idiot alert in the upper right that says, the thing is 80% full, which is great that it tells you that. And see, we could get rid of the big red barn and grow this field to twice this size, which I guess is an option. But there's other things we could do as well. So, I mean, we might put animal pens in or whatever. I got no experience with the animals, so it might be kind of cool to figure some of that out before getting to. This is kind of my trainer to get me ready for Farm Sim 22. I'm really kind of enjoying playing the game. I've put a lot of hours into it recently, so I hope you guys are enjoying this. And you know, I'm sure other people have done videos on tips and tricks and how-tos and stuff, but I'd like to think the efficiency breakdown that I did on purchasing of equipment was good information. And you know, just some of the little things I've picked up here, and maybe that'll help you with the game, or you know, if it helps you a little bit, then I've done, you know, what I set out to do. I like to get rid of these bushes on this hillside. I just don't think that hill's going to be, because it'd be nice to be able to grow grass, but I just don't think the equipment will work on there. It's going to take this, and it's going to take 3 more passes. This and 2 more. That's okay. It's because I added width to the field. That means more stuff. This field doesn't have a whole lot compared to the other one. I mean, look at it. We're only at 2,200 liters. We're not even going to make 3,000, I think. Remember the big bumps right through here? Yeah, not anymore. It took a little bit for me to figure out. I mean, I watched a video on how to do the landscaping tool, but it still takes a little bit of practice. And now I use the landscaping tool to clean up around the edges where I goofed up with the roller. So it's got its uses. It does cost money to use the landscaping tool though, so be warned. Don't get insane and try to take a mountain down or something. We're going to check on home burn here when we get done with this. All right. We're going to get just over 3,000 liters. So we're not going to have a crap ton here, as it were. You know what? In fact, there, efficiency. Ready? Ready for the efficiency idea right here? What's our trailer capacity? 21,000 liters, right? We're going to have a whole nother, we have that whole other field over there to harvest tomorrow. Same crop, soybeans, all right? I don't think there's a reason for us to take a trip all the way over to the restaurant, tie up equipment, and waste time when we just have to turn around and do it again, you know, game time tomorrow, as it were. So I think what we'll do is we'll dump this in here and park this baby. We'll be able to see what's in our inventory here. And done. Do that. Once that arm's stowed, hit the X button. That's cool. All right, now. And are we scraping? Don't scrape stuff up. This one's a little tricky to park because it's so big, and it doesn't. I mean, it fits under the cover, so you just gotta be careful. Careful is my middle name. Actually, it's not, but it sounded good. So we're gonna go this way first. We're gonna arc it around this way. All I'm really trying to do is keep it out of the way of the fertilizer dealies. They're really there? We're out. I mean, we're pretty much undercover. Cool, right? Let's lower that down. See, we're not even touching the crate. We're close. There's room to get a tractor in there to pick up the sprayer and all that good stuff. So, all right, we can turn off our blinky links and shut her down and hop out. Sweet. All right, we'll go this way. And all right, so now, since we've determined we're not going to do, we're going to check over here and see what Homevern, how he's doing. Okay, he's made good progress. That's good. He's getting into the meat and potatoes of that field now. So he's probably, what, 15? Yeah, 15% complete. And where are we on time? 5:51. Yeah, maybe 8 o'clock before he finishes up. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But that's okay. This is where I think it will be good eventually to have some redundancy in equipment. In that if I even had kept the original cultivator, I could go over there and help him. We get the field done faster, which then saves money and cost of him. But, you know, what are you going to do? Because the original cultivator was, only 3 meters wide and whatever. So, all right, let's look in our inventory here. And what are we looking at? Right here, soybeans. We have 8,943 liters. All right, that other field is not going to be more than 12,000 liters. I'm pretty sure. So that's one trip with that trailer, and that'll be awesome. And the restaurant's still paying almost $1,700 per ton. So we'll make a few $1,000s off of that. That'll be pretty sweet. I didn't haul corn off. Corn's cheap though. No. And I've still got some oats to get rid of, and just sunflower seeds and whatever. But yeah, you go through there and you just dump all this crap. So you'll have about 12,000 of each given thing, and just find the most, the place that's going to pay the most for it. So by clicking on it, like here, you can see 11.18 at the restaurant, as opposed to 8.43 at the ranch. So go get that money. And canola pays pretty good. Sunflowers pay pretty good. You got to go to the port grain elevator. And then soybeans, like I was saying, soybeans are good across the board. I mean, $13.94 is nothing to sneeze at, but it's easy to go to the restaurant. You got to climb the mountain to go to the ranch or the central grain elevator. Port grain elevator, you just got to go through town, right? So that's not a big deal. All right, next item on the agenda. All right, so he has the big dog, right? And thinking about it, let's turn on blinky blinks. Thinking about it, we are going to head over here to El Chapo. And have our guys swap these wheels out real quick. Now, what would be kind of cool is if the game did more stuff in real time. Like, okay, you want to change the tires out to the fat ones? Okay, cool. That's going to cost, it's going to take 6 hours or 2 hours, whatever it would take. So here's how you do that. You hit R, that turns this on, and then it's got the case 20, right? Space customize. Now it takes you in here, and then setup. Now notice there's a dollar value here, except standard tires. Okay, so we want to stick with standard tires. 170 horsepower, costs 22,000 if we wanted to. All right, so make sure you're careful on what you do here. You look at here, see it says $0 because these are the standard tires. All right, so we're going to customize, yes, $0. Boom, done. And look, What a deal. All right. Start it up. All right. Cool. Now, we're doing the oilseed radish, so let's take a look and see which one of our hoopajoops. Oh, we only have one hoopajoop to choose from. That's the cedar. Duh. All right. Oh, nope. Cool. All right, now look in the bottom right. See where it says soybeans? You use the Y key, oilseed radish. That's what we want. Now, we're going to hit the R key. Now notice bags disappeared and it filled it up. See, so that positioning of those pallets is strategic because it's right between where the two cedars park. And then once you hook it up, boom, you hit the R key if it's not full, and you're full up and ready to go to the job. Sweet. I think that's pretty smart. Hey, A-Train, that's pretty smart. All right, so, you know something? We're going to do something real quick here. Let's hit P. No, we're not going to go P. We're going to start landscaping. All right, see over here where we were having all those problems? Right in this area over here? Let's see if we can smooth some of this crap out. Let's pull up the menu so we can see what the hell we're doing. Because you got to use the center mouse key on this. All right, and so we want to just... smooth this out. Now, I'm not sure. I think we can change. Yeah, see, you don't own the land. See the path? I don't own the land. I do. Okay, you don't own the path. So, all right, let's zoom in here. Not that much zoom. Holy crap. Oh, shit. I was pushing the left button. Don't do that. Center mouse. Smooth. Smooth. Be a smooth operator. Although I think I just kind of actually accomplished what I was setting out to do. Although I nicked just the edge of that field. Just nicked it. That was stupid. Oh well. Gotta be real careful when you're farting around with this stuff. Because it'll get you. It'll get you real quick. I don't even know why it's dragging like it's dragging. Oh, you know what? It's probably because I'm up over the... Where the hell are we going? I don't understand why it's like the keyboard's stuck. Christ almighty. What are you doing? Thank you. Will you please hold still? Okay. Better. Now, let's click on painting. Or let's not click on painting. Change modification shape. Okay, so that changes from a square to the dome. Okay. Toggle help text on and off. Yeah. We got that. Quick landscaping mode. Change the radius. You make it smaller, you make it bigger. Okay. Left click is to raise, right click is to lower. And in the middle is to smooth and then flatten. Oh, wait a minute. Hold it. Flatten. Flatten has some appeal to it. Let's try to flatten. Excuse me. Now see, this is where the stupid oh, I see. Yeah, that doesn't work. Oh no. There we go. Go. Oh, there's a wage payment. Okay. Careful, careful, careful. crap. See, I just clipped the edge of the field there. That's not a big deal, but it's still, it's a little bit of loss of. So here, there we go. That took it down a little bit. And brought it up a little bit. Now this is getting rid of grass, which is why I'm trying to figure out the shaping thing here, or the painting. Change strength, change radius. Yeah, I know that part. How do I switch to this? Q and E, F1, left control. All right, so down in the bottom right, you can see brush size and brush strength, okay? So like control, Q and E, yeah. Left control, yep, that's that one. Okay, that's as weak as it goes. See, now the brush strength is going up higher. So, there you go. That's how that works. Okay, so hopefully I just didn't dink this up too much. Although it allows me to get rid of some of the weeds, which is kind of cool, because I don't like the weeds. Okay. But I'm not sure what to do with this. How do I switch to painting? Anybody have any ideas? I'm going to have to look that up, because I don't know. I don't know how to switch to painting. Anyway, all right, so we accomplished what we kind of wanted to do right there. So let's get out of that and get out of this. All right, cool. Now. Now we're going to test it. Okay, see, I inadvertently lowered the right side of the field here a little bit. So this is a little goofy. Open this up. And oilseed radish and V. And B and 3. And go. And for those of you who may be new to this and wondering, hey, A-Train, that thing looks like it's chewing up where the grass would be. Yes, that's correct. You have to plow. You have to use a plow to enlarge fields. So it will not hurt anything. The fields, once defined, they're defined. Okay, cool. All right, so now we're going to fold this just to make life easier as we maneuver around, because trees and landscape and crap. Practically jackknifed around here. Is there an easier way to do this? I might have to do this Zamboni style here. Let's cruise over this way. Get these trees out of the way. Have to do a little landscape action over here. Make life a a lot easier. Oh, Jesus. Turn right, turn right, turn right, turn right. Full stop. Okay, hold it right there. Let's see. If I push back this way, it's going to go that way. Now I want to carry the turn this way with the tractor. And now I think we're actually pretty close to lined up. Hold up, pivot, lower. Hey, looky there. Pretty sweet. Let's back it straight up just a little bit. Okay, lower, B3, go. 3 is the cruise control. Notice this thing goes 11 miles an hour. So we can haul the mail with this thing. It's all about the maneuvering. I mean, and the problem is if you put a minion on it, they're slow and inefficient. So it's just a matter of training. And as you learn and get better at dealing with it, then, you know, you'll be faster. And if you can just, you know, make loops around, seem pretty smooth. All right, now let's keep in mind this is a 6 meter wide sower. So essentially we're kind of splitting the difference here. So you can see the distance I've got off to the right side. That's basically what you want to have. All right, that makes sense? Duh, A-train, of course you want that. Well, yeah, but the point being, when you're trying to, you know, guesstimate or line up where your next swath is going to be, this will do. Oh, you know what? This has got this deal too. Check this out. Base model one has these too. These are the ridge markers. So this basically gives you a reference line of where you want to put, I think, the right front tire of your truck or your tractor for the next pass. Now we're hitting Z. We're going to keep both of them in for now because I want to fold it up. Back it around this way, and then we're going to turn ourselves so we come around with it, and then we're going to pull this way. See how we're struggling to get up the hill with this thing? That's the horsepower issue with this particular tractor. Doop 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 doop. Okay. Let's try to get okay, we need to go this way to push it to the left. And we gotta bring the wheels around to take us around with it. And then we gotta keep coming around so it balances back to the right. Point is, we're just pushing it back out of the way so then we can take a cleaner, straighter run here. Hopefully get it a little more lined up. Boom. And we'll hit this thing and put this out. Well, it's got to be out first. Duh. Oh wait, we don't have the cover on. Put the cover on. Alright, cool. Excuse me. Oops. Damn it, Beavis. Alright, I didn't want to just punch it and take off. Now we'll go. All right, making progress here. Killer speed. Get to the end. Raise it. Bring that deal in. Nope. Fold it. Just to get it up out of the way. Okay, that didn't look bad. See how Home Vern's doing. It's 33% of the way there. Cool. All right. He's plodding along. All right. We have lower turn on 3. Go. Oh, we're going to miss a streak here. So I'm going to maneuver. That, I don't necessarily trust that marker thing, but it could be also that I was, juking and driving around a little bit. Driving right down the middle of it now, yeah, that's a good indication. So maybe it is designed to be right in the middle. It is on a long arm. The stock one, when you use that ridge marker, I found that I found that you lined up basically the wheel of the tractor on it. That took care of it. Here's what I'm going to try to do. See, the problem is we don't have the space to do this over on the end there. Whoa, shite! Boy, I got out of control there. Crap on a stick. That did not help matters. Alright, you know what? We'll do the downhill side then. Screw you hippies. Full stop. There's where part of the horsepower issue is I'm dealing with. I can just get this thing straight. Now I'll go straight back with it, more or less. And the problem is I've gone halfway down the damn field. We're still not straight. And now I feel like we're straight. Nope, that is not the direction I wanted to go. Damn it. I think this is going to be good enough for government work. And you know what? If you're running this thing and 11 miles an hour is too fast, just use your 1 key. Look down the bottom right. I can set the cruise control down. I mean, the max speed's 11 because of the piece of equipment. The cruise control is set for 26. The yellow indication is that cruise control is on, but speed's being limited by the piece of equipment. So you could set that speed down. I could go 10, or I could go 8, or I'm going 8 now because I'm going uphill. Oh, still got a bump there. Oof. Didn't quite get that smoothed out, did I? Nope. Whoa, boy, that about worked out though, I think. Okay, the one thing I do not want to do here is have this frickin'... I'd rather it split to one side than me split the difference. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to cheat over to one to the right here. And we'll come back and we'll do that final swath. Yeah, we got to do some cleanup. Hold on over. The other field will be easier. When I widen this field out, I'll shorten this end down here. I'll take 3 meters or so off this end, 3 to 4 meters, so that it's not so close to the stupid trees up here in this rise. And see, we're at 6 miles an hour now. 5. Yep. See. Ah, poop. I got a strip right there I got to clean up too. All right. We are about to have this squared away. This one. And now we're going to run around. Oops. Now, notice we've already planted this section, and the game's smart enough to know that, and it's not counting down our oilseed radish in the bottom right there. We're still showing 3,035 liters. Now, it'll count down a little bit when we go over these spots we missed, but this is true of fertilizer too. Is that way, the game doesn't expect you to be perfect, because it does make it a little bit difficult to tell. Really? That's going to piss me off, Fafa. The game doesn't expect you to be perfect. I expect me to be perfect. Okay. A stupid little splotch right here I missed. Otherwise, it looks good, I think. What do you guys think? Lower. Hit it. If anything, all it's going to do is take the tractor marks away. So I'm going to turn the seeder off, or the sower is off. See, now it looks like we're not even doing... If I turn it on, see how the tractor marks disappear? Which is kind of weird. Okay, so now it's a little nicer than it used to be. Still a little rough coming over that lip onto the path. See, so we're going to use this extra space. course. Freaking trees in the way. Alright, let's lower this thing. This side should be significantly easier. Some weeds there I didn't get, and it looks like it. Here. Oh wait. Alright, let me think this through. I'm trying to do this Zamboni style. If you're not familiar with what a Zamboni is, that's the machine that cleans the ice at hockey games. You've never been to a hockey game, shame on you. So what it is, the original was based on the M1941 Willys Jeep chassis. And it comes out and it scrapes the top of the ice off, and then it sprays down a layer of water, hot water, to put a new layer of ice on. Resurfaces the ice. Alright, so let's lower, let's B, and let's hit 3. Go. I'll make sure I get the very edge of this field. Yeah, a little margin for error there. I think I just came close to exceeding it. I just went back the other direction too far. Now, so a Zamboni would go around. Well, you know what? Screw it. We're not going to do it that way. We're going to do it this way. We're just going to do it standard way. Now they would go up the middle of the ice, and then they would go to the sides again. And what it does is it helps get better coverage of the ice. Plus, I think then the resurfacing the center of the ice makes sure it hardens up good first, sooner. Do a little bit of overlap here so I don't screw it up. Rather take a few extra minutes and do it right. We're going to get this field done. We're going to check on home vern and call it a night, I think. Anyway, it allows them to turn the radius because they're not going like immediately right next to where they were, and they're going like halfway across the rink. And so that's kind of the point of the exercise. But here we're going to wind up putting ourselves in a situation where we do that kind of, sort of. Alright, so here I'm going to do the Zamboni trick, which is a little weird. Actually, if I back myself up here. So what I'm going to try to do is leave one full swath on the right to do still. This is going to take 4 more passes at a minimum, from what I can tell. Okay, cool. That gets us about where I want to be. VB3, go. Follow this middle. Oh, I'm driving all over the field. Damn it. That gets a little crazy there. Now, I'm pretty sure we can cover that swath on the right in one fell swoop. not sure if we're going to be able to do this swath in one swoop. Shoot. I think I just tried to be too cute by half, as the previous generation of me used to say. Now, this part should be easy. Should being the operative word. So we just turn again, and we're online. See how that worked out? That's the Zamboni pattern. Excuse me. So this works out. Now, cheat over to the right side of it. Have to make 2 passes, unless we'll make sure we get it right. And I'll have to make a 3rd pass. I dorked it up. Yeah, we gotta do something about this at the edges there. Ooh, get this back under control. I'm like, okay, we're coming off a slope here. Get it under control, got it under control. Get it under control early with these tractors, and then you'll be okay. If you let it get out of control, it's hard to recover. The old red barn. I like the old red barn. It's pretty cool. And that is how we do that. Sweet. All right, that's got our seeding done for the next crop. And now some of the field where I've done the addition, like where I combined the 2 fields in that middle and where I've added onto that field we just did, if we walk over there, it will say needs lime. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'll just suffer on the initial harvest, because you have to add lime like every 3 harvests. And that's going to be something else we have to deal with. We're going to have to go probably rent a piece of equipment to do that, but we'll deal with it. All right, let's turn the lights off, turn the engine off, jump out, grab the pressure washer. Let's wash our shiz over here. Look how dirty it is. Our Vader-matic machine. All right. So basically, the game says, okay, you squirted water at this for a certain amount of time, and it cleans off X amount of schmutz. See, if you look at on that bar right there, see how the dirt's disappearing. And now I think we're all clean on this part. I like to go through the motions, because nerd type, whatever. These are those ridge marker thingies, the yellow deals, that are nice and pretty now. I really wish, they looked at it where there was 4 sides or 6 sides to the object and said, okay, each side has to be cleaned to a percentage. Maybe they'll do it on a new one. Notice the tractor's still filthy, right? So let's get the tractor clean. And see, you can't go any further because the invisible hose. We gotta clean the weight. The weight takes as long to clean as it takes for everything else. It's basically like 20 to 30 seconds. And see, if you're sitting here, I'm cleaning like the front end clamp on the tractor. You'll see the tractor as a whole get cleaner. Let's go through the motions. Okay, it's clean. Everything's clean. Pretty. That's going to be the objective, like, the end of the day. Unless it gets, well past dark. It'd be nice if you could put light stanchions out here so you can see better. That'd be sweet. But I don't know if that's, I don't know, maybe, gotta start the engine. Down, down, down. All right, now we get the fun part. We still didn't get it straight. Okay, here we go. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there. Let's start with this one. We're gonna push nose, tail. Yep, yep, yep. Bring the nose around. Boy, we are right in the frickin' pickle barrel right now. If it would just go straight back, we'd be so sweet. But the ass end's coming around again. So we'll bring it around some more. Reverse the turn. Bring it around. That straightens the tractor out in relation. And now we'll repeat the process. Let's zoom in a little bit so we can see better. You like apples? That's a pretty smooth parking job there. How about them apples? All right, now, see, and we can just hit R and refill the sower while we're at it. Boom, we're full up. Q, goodbye. Nice and clean. All right. Love it when a plan comes together. All right, let's not crash into the post. I might have to get me a bigger one of these hoopa joops. These parking garage thingies. All right, let's do that. Now, we are going to hit the G button. So we're on the weight. We're going to lower the weight so we don't drop the weight because that's kind of stupid. Then we hit Q and disconnect from the weight, and we'll back up. I'm going to shut down the motor. And let's El Tabo Changeo. Where's this guy at? Is he halfway there? Is he living on a prayer? He's getting it done. Progress report. Where are we at? 53%. Okay. All right. So he's still working on that. And he'll keep working on that, even if we walk away. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show. If you did, please give us a like. Share with your friends. Let them know about Farming Simulator. The Farming Simulator family of games. All right? Because there's like 12, 14, 15, 17, 19, 20, and 22 is the latest. But like some of them are on like your phone and stuff. All right? So, but 22 is the latest for PC. And hey, your donations and support of the channel would help me go a long way towards me getting Farm Sim 2022 or 22 sooner rather than later. So if you want to see it up on the channel, donations are welcome. We're going to El Switcho. No, we're not going to do that. Switch over here. Actually, we're going to hop out. And then actually, we're going to do a little of this. And this is going to turn the sound off and everything and the picture. So let's fix that by doing this. There we go. Cool. And say thank you for everyone watching. There on the screen, you'll see like, share, and subscribe to us here on YouTube. You can, I don't really do anything on Twitch, so Twitch is kind of irrelevant. But you can follow us on Discord at A-Train Space Games. That's A-Train Space Games. We have my Steam library and my Tower 3D Pro library. So if you want to make a game request or something, You can go in there and you're welcome to put in and discuss games, whatever. Just ask questions. If you have questions on this episode, please put those in the comments below, and I'll get to you as soon as possible. I appreciate the guys who have been kind of helping me along, watching my episodes, and then they throw in some notes. Hey, you can do this or do that or do the other. It helps. I don't know this game that well, but it's growing on me. And hey, we just did another 2.5 hours, so that was fun. Um, and like I said, with YouTube, I don't have 1,000 subscribers. I don't get squat. I don't get anything from them. So if you're paying, or if you're having to watch ads, that ad revenue is going direct to Google. It's not coming to me. So they're, hijacking my shit, and that sucks. But we have hundreds of hours of videos available for your entertainment and leisure on the YouTube page. If you want to, and maybe have the in your heart to make a donation to help support the channel, at paypal.me/atraingames. It's paypal.me/atraingames. So I want to say thanks to everyone for being on board and saying hi. And make sure, again, if you're in the U.S., that you set your clocks forward before going to bed, or make sure you do it in the morning. So, your phone and computer will do it themselves because they're cool like that. So, I appreciate everyone being here. I hope you learned something. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, share, and subscribe, and helps grow the channel. We appreciate your support. And hope you have a great day, night, evening, morning, wherever you are on planet Earth or beyond. I'm A-Train. It's over. And I'm out.